Hi, this is Christian and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, Week 4 predictions. My first spotlight game of the week is the Detroit Lions as they travel to CenturyLink Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Now the Seahawks 1-2 got their first win last week when they defeated the Chicago Bears in shutout fashion, shutting out Jimmy Clausen and the Bears 26-0. The Lions, on the other hand, fell to the hands of Peyton Manning as the Broncos went to 3-0 and the Lions are still winless on the year. The Lions really need to step it up and they need an upset special against Seattle here if they want to keep their season alive, but I don't know how they can do it. Golden Tate and Calvin Johnson will need to perform at their best for the Lions offense to operate. Amir Abdullah will also need to come through for the Lions offense, but it'll be tough against the Legion of Boom that, even though they haven't been as great as they have in the past, they're still a top 3 defense and can still make offenses pay if they're not careful. The offense will need to get going for Seattle too, with Jimmy Graham not being involved in the offense, but I think he'll get involved against the Detroit secondary that has had some holes in it at times this season. So overall, I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to win the game. Dylan's prediction is the Seattle Seahawks. It's a matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos at Mile High. Now, for the Broncos, well, Peyton Manning hasn't been as sharp as he has, and understandably, he's almost in his 40s and he's still playing quarterback, so that's tough for him, but he's still been able to make some plays when the team needs him the most, and the defense has been able to pick up the slack that Manning hasn't been able to pick up, and so far the Broncos are undefeated, so there's that. On the Vikings side, well, Teddy Bridgewater hasn't looked too great this season, but he hasn't looked that bad either. He's just been good enough to keep the Vikings in contention right now. Adrian Peterson stepped up last week against the San Diego Chargers, scoring his first touchdown in a long time after his suspension last year. And the Vikings have a chance to win if Adrian Peterson goes in beast mode, but I don't know if that's possible with the Broncos defense playing at a high level as they have been this season. But overall, I see the Denver Broncos getting the win. Dylan's prediction is the Denver Broncos. It's a matchup between the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Now, the New York Giants have a chance to take control of the NFC East division in this game, with the Redskins being too inept to really compete. The Eagles, well, they have no idea what's going on, and the Cowboys' ration of injuries. So the Giants really have a shot to take control here. The Bills, on the other hand, well, they can get a wild card spot with most likely New England winning that division. Even so early in the season, it looks like New England's got it in hand. But the Bills, well, they look really well. Their running game featuring Carlos Williams, which is a big surprise after LaShawn McCoy had figured to carry the load, but with his hamstring injuries and other tedious injuries, it looks like that Carlos Williams may be taking the reins in Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor has impressed everybody and has led the Bills to where they are today. Overall in this game, I see the Buffalo Bills taking down the Giants for the W. Dylan's prediction is the Buffalo Bills. It's the Oakland Raiders taking on the Chicago Bears. Now, this is a game in which the Raiders have been favored for the first time in, 2 years probably. Well, the Chicago Bears, well, they're not as bad as people say they are, but with Cutler out, Alshon Jeffrey out, and a bunch of their other stars will probably not suit up for this game. And the only one that will be Matt Forte, and he's having a tough season already with the Bears 0-3, and he's the only bright spot for Chicago. But Oakland, well, they have a winning record right now, and they could maybe get a wild card. You never know. Derek Carr is playing at a pretty high level, and the Raiders have a big chance to win this game at Soldier Field. Jimmy Clausen will most likely suit up for the Bears in replace of Jay Cutler with his hamstring injury, so the Raiders will probably get the win here, and I'm predicting the Raiders to defeat the Bears as the Bears will go to 0-4 on the year. Dylan's prediction is the Oakland Raiders. The player of the week is wide receiver of the Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones. Now, he has easily been the most dominant receiver in all of football this year, and that should continue throughout the whole year. If teams double team him, he'll still make the catch. Can he carry the Atlanta Falcons to a playoff berth and an NFC South title? We'll just have to wait and see. It was Thursday Night Football, and it was a great game between the Ravens and the Steelers, with the Baltimore Ravens coming out on top in overtime by the score of 23-20. Now, the Ravens were staring down an unprecedented task, an 0-4 start, but they rallied with the help of their running back, Justin Forsett, and a couple of missed field goals from the Steelers kicker, who was now cut. And now the Steelers are wishing what could have been if they would have not gone for a couple of fourth downs in overtime, and the Ravens saved their season with a game-winning kick by Justin Tucker to send the Ravens past the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. It is the Week 3 recap. 3 weeks already down, let's check out the scores. It was the Giants over the Redskins, 32-21. Panthers over the Saints, 27-22. Seahawks over the Bears, 26-0. Falcons over the Cowboys, 39-28. Colts over the Titans, 35-33. Raiders over the Browns, 27-20. Bengals over the Ravens, 28-24. Patriots over the Jags, 51-17. Eagles over the Jets, 24-17. Texans over the Buccaneers, 19-9. Vikings over the Chargers, 31-14. Steelers over the Rams, 12-6. Cardinals over the 49ers, 47-7. Bills over the Dolphins, 41-14. Broncos over the Lions, 24-12. And the Packers over the Chiefs, 38-28. My record prediction for this week is 13-3. Dylan's record prediction for this week is also 13-3. My record prediction for the entire year is 31-17. Dylan's is 30-18. The most entertaining game was Panthers versus Saints. And the upset of the week, well, there wasn't an upset of the week in my opinion, so no upset this week.